Here with Ken Horner from Ken Horner Engineering at the open day for their new premises in Hallam. You've been here nearly 9 months now, Ken, so it's a bit of a watershed moment for your business?
Yeah, we really wanted to have a bit of an opening day. Customers, suppliers can see what actually goes on. Been a long time coming, this one. We've been making the plans and the building and everything else, and eventually it gets done, and then you have to go through the period of finishing off, and it's all the little things that take all the hard work. But now we're there and it's up and running again.
Okay, so I guess we'll give the readers a bit of an insight into what pays for your passion with those Irving Vincent machines that obviously we all know already a lot about. So I guess this is a chance for us to learn about the AusStart business and KH Engineering and your clients, etc. What the main core of your business is.
Well, the main business here is air starting, and that is basically compressed air starting of engines. And to be basically simple, people may have heard a Mack truck in the old days and gives old ladies heart attacks on pedestrian crossings and that, but it is a starter motor on an engine that is operated by air, requires no sparks or electrics. We're in a coal mining environment where there's hazardous environment with methane gas, and oil rigs where there is a gas and vapours around that engines can't be started in a situation where there's a potential for an explosion. So under those circumstances, the diesel engines that do work on pumps or driving machinery have to be what's known as explosion proof, which means no spark. And our side of it is starting the engine, and that is an air starter. It's obviously a non-spark starter motor. So that's what the core of the business is here. We supply to the oil and gas industry, the flame-proof forklift industry, and also a lot of it is underground coal mining.
And predominantly you're an export business, I believe.
50% of what is done here is export.
And you have 25 full-time staff, so it's quite a major operation.
Yes. With that staff, we also have a lot of, in addition to the staff, is the machinery that we now have, and I've got 2 new machines that are put in there that basically run unmanned. So we get our extra capacity through technology.
And what's your most expensive machine in here? How much plant is the plant in here worth all up?
Well, that's a good question, a hard question. The last 2 machines that went in here just after Christmas would average about $480 each.
$480,000 each?
Yes, that's
so
correct.
There's a lot of machines in there, so we're talking there's lots of millions of dollars worth of machinery in there.
Yes, they are like motor cars. They do depreciate, unfortunately, but that's just a fact of life.
And you're seen as somewhat of a market leader in this category of business?
Well, we claim we are. Our opposition claim they are. So where we succeeded in getting into the mining industry in this country was to look at what was required for underground coal mining, and we built a particular product for that.
And what's been your most innovative product so far?
Our turbine starter is the most common that's used now.
And with the motorcycles, you've been busily perfecting another machine that you're going to take to Goodwood this year, and we're also going to see you in the Swan Australasian Superbike Championship at some point this year, I believe.
Our two different areas where we're heading to. Goodwood is now using an old 1948 Rapide. That's the core of the machine that is going to the Goodwood Revival in September, and it has to be original equipment. And the new 1600 4-valve that will be sorted out for the Terry O'Neill series later in the year.
And so that 1948 machine, like you say, you've had to be quite innovative there too, I believe, because a lot of it does have to remain standard. So what exactly have you been able to do to make that so special?
That's been a major challenge, and in a angry moment yesterday I said it's a lot easier to build one of our new ones than actually build this one up, and because there's so much of it that you're using old and then trying to put in the new to maintain new technology where you can, but it's restrictive that it must be original bore and stroke, be the original castings and frame components. Internals can be replicated but cannot be upgraded, as in changing bore and stroke or 5-speed gearboxes. It must be 4-speed gearbox as it was originally. The original primary drive must be maintained. Goodwood is sort of really like a fashion parade, that it is very important that you do uphold the tradition and the looks.
And you've already been a huge star of Goodwood there. I think when you took some of the machines over previously, you had all the Formula One guys of new and old salivating over some of the engineering in your machines. It must be a fantastic feeling for yourself to see guys like that just basically fawning over your machinery.
Yeah, well, Goodwood's motorsport heaven, so to be able to go there is certainly a privilege. And the festival, which we've been to twice with bikes, is certainly a display of motorsport machinery and all types from the year dot up to now. Tradition and everything else is not important with that event because it's more of a demonstration on Lord March's driveway, which is basically what they call the hill climb, but motorbikes aren't allowed to do a time run, so it's basically lots of front wheels in the air and tyre smoke and noise, and that's what it's all about, and that's what people go to love. I mean, they get 180,000 people at that event, and that's capped, and the tickets are sold out a month in advance. So to go there, I would say, you know, it is absolutely magnificent, but it also probably puts a dampener on every other event that you do after that. So that would be the downside, but let's say that the Phillip Island Classic definitely holds its head up above every other type of event like that in the world too. So.
All right, Ken, thanks very much, and I think on behalf of all Australian motorcyclists, I can say we're very happy that you indulge your passion in motorcycles and represent us so greatly on the world stage.
Thanks, Trevor. No, good that you can come here. Thanks very much.